to reflect on in the 5 games we've just watched. Let's start at Anfield. Liverpool, of course, took the lead, pegged back at 1-1, and then Darwin Núñez scored 2 goals in a Liverpool shirt in the same game for the first time. He's got 7 in 10 now, Michael. He's beginning to make some positive headlines.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he's had a bad start to his career at Liverpool. Of course, he had a red card early on. That never helped. But he's back and he's scoring a few goals and he's looking sharp. And I thought this was a really nice finish. Harvey Elliott with a lovely deft little ball with his left foot. You can quite clearly see Núñez gets onside and he makes that finish look easy on the volley. You've got to find a corner there and he, as I say, makes it look simple, but it wasn't so easy. And as you mentioned before, Steve, they did all their damage in the first half and it was a bit of a cruise in the second half.
I actually thought Liverpool stuttered in the second half. They just got a little tiny bit complacent. Lovely finish again from Darwin Núñez. Into Thiago, into Andy Robertson, I thought was excellent. And I think a big mention in the second half has to go to the Liverpool goalkeeper, Alisson. This wasn't a walk in the park for them. He made 3 brilliant saves and he's been outstanding this year. Liverpool have been a little bit inconsistent, but the goalkeeper hasn't. The goalkeeper has been the star man all season for them, really. Darwin Núñez will get the glory for the 2 goals, but I thought Alisson Becker was fantastic today.
Talking to goalkeepers, Southampton's will be disappointed 6 minutes in when Firmino gave Liverpool the lead. Yeah,
I thought so. I don't think he had got his feet right. As soon as the ball goes in, you just think, wow, goalkeeper. You can't score a header from, what, 16, 17 yards out, going back towards your own goal, a flick on with no power. It just can't happen. So obviously you've then got to look at the goalkeeper, and when you do analyse the goalkeeper, look at his left leg, his feet are all sort of out of kilter. And when we saw it on a side-on angle, he almost had like 1 foot in front of the other as opposed to side-on, so you can shuffle across the line. So he just didn't get his feet right. And then again, a set piece from Liverpool. Liverpool, you know, doing a zonal line basically on the edge of their 18-yard box, but then the line breaks and it's just not good organisation. I think Virgil van Dijk is probably the nearest player to Che Adams.
Yeah, it's Virgil, it's Roberto Firmino stops, but credit Che Adams into the game. But Liverpool, when, as we saw, went down the other end, scored into the game. But Liverpool, when, as we saw, went down the other end, scored 2, and at half-time it was effectively over. It was just seeing out the game, really.
You said right at the start of the day the importance of Liverpool going into the break. Look at that, they're up to 6th now. 5 points off.
That's all that matters today, wasn't it? We've looked at all the scores and who's under pressure and who's not. Great result by Liverpool. Not necessarily a great performance, but it was a great result. And the next time they play, you presume, with a bit of luck, everybody will be back. There'll be a full squad. Jota will be back. Luis Diaz will be back. And then you'll see a different type of Liverpool, a more consistent Liverpool, you know, from Christmas onwards.
Liverpool, of course, last week won at Spurs, who had lost 3 of their last 4 going into today's game.
I think you simply can't score a header when you going back towards your own goal with no power on it. It's just a flick on from that type of distance. It's a mistake in my opinion,
I'm
goalkeeper.
Completely with you, Michael. Goalkeeper guessing to go left and then almost has 2 or 3 steps before trying to grasp it. But we actually thought it was a poor free kick, and then it turns into a wonderful goal. So Firmino did exactly what he should do, just helping it on, and he gets his rewards.
At the time, very good response from Southampton, though.
Yes, excellent. And Liverpool do look vulnerable, don't they? You know, especially like on a day like today. Simple cross into the box, playing on sides, and Che Adams gets the right side of Virgil van Dijk, keeps himself on side. As you can clearly see there. It's tight, but he's on sides and he finishes it really well.
Yeah, and on free kicks, you mark zonally. You try to keep a line, you try to keep arms distance between everyone, so nobody can get in the gaps. And if they do, you can almost, you know, use your arms to almost, you know, hold a stiff arm, let's say. Not pull their shirts, but just hold stiff arms just to keep them out. But it looked like Virgil van Dijk went to sleep for a little while there, and Che Adams just got in between and obviously nodded it in for the equaliser.
And then Darwin Núñez started to take the centre stage. First time he scored twice in a Liverpool shirt in a game.
He's had a really good first half, hasn't he? Looks really powerful. He was always in the right areas. This was a really nice goal, actually, from him, because his movement is excellent. Just jumps back on side, and then this is the better angle. And you see his movement. He knows he's in an offside position, jumps back on side, and then comes back again there, and then finishes it really well.
He does. He makes the finish look easy. It's not the easiest to finish. A great ball as well. Harvey Elliott with a lovely little clip ball. But this fella, he's split opinion, I think, since he's been at Liverpool. Lots of people thinking, oh God, is he Is he that 80 million odd person? I think he shows real signs, promising signs for the future, even though he's still a little bit rough around the edges. But this is a lovely goal. You know, it's a training ground goal in many ways. Lovely pass inside. Liverpool do that so often. And I just love my centre forward.
He's very raw, isn't he, Michael? And you know that every year he's at Liverpool, he will improve. Liverpool are not spent £80 million on a finished product, but they're hoping he's going to get there in the next couple of years, and I think he will.
So Liverpool, of course, with their sights set on the top four. Currently in fourth are Tottenham. Now, you have to go back to September 2008 for the last time Spurs lost 3 home league games in a row. But they are behind at the break to Leeds, for who Crescencio Somerville has now scored in 4 league games in a row.
I just think this is such a good goal. Look at that for a touch. The ball's behind him. He takes one lovely touch with the outside of his foot, another one to keep it away from the defender, and then finishes it brilliantly. I mean, he makes this. This is a really hard chance. He's behind the defender in many ways when he gets the ball, and bump, bump. I mean, how he does that is really, really exceptional.
And he's also holding the defender off, isn't he? This is the Harry Kane equaliser. I think, personally, it was a foul on the goalkeeper.
Do you?
Yeah, they come clambering into him, pushing him back. He can't get much of a punch on it, but I mean, fair play to Harry Kane. He's the best around, isn't he, as a centre-forward?
Yeah, his touch actually goes a little bit close to him. He really adjusts his body. But you can see what the Leeds defenders thought of it, and I agree with Maka. I thought it was a foul. But then Leeds went up the other end again. Rodrigo, lovely strike. I think the pace beats Lloris in the end.
Yeah, and Leeds have made chances. Tottenham are struggling, aren't they?
Now, we began the day talking about the World Cup squad and talking about James Maddison as the informed player. Highs and lows in this first half for him at West Ham.
Oh, you could, I mean, you really could cry for him, couldn't you? I mean, your dreams in tatters, maybe. I mean, we
scores
don't
the
know.
goal.
He scores the goal, but that's no consolation to him, Steve. I mean, going to the World Cup, or not going to the World Cup as it might be now, but what looked like a hamstring injury. But more news to follow on that one. This one was not given in real time.
Good use
of Maka straight away. That's a penalty.
Yeah, you
could
see Craig Dawson and his reaction. And he doesn't need to dive in onto Patson Daka, but Fabianski comes to the rescue because they would have been in deep trouble, West Ham. They played all right, but 2-0 down at half-time. They're out of the game, but they're still in it.
OK, so that is the situation at West Ham. They're just a goal down against Leicester. Elsewhere, of course, Bournemouth are in total charge against Everton. 2-0 in front. And also, it is 0-0 at the City Ground, where Wilf Silha has missed a penalty. Right, Anfield, 3 goals for Liverpool.
ميسي مونديال 2014 لا ينسى. يرى النجم الأرجنتيني ليونيل ميسي الكثير من أوجه الشبه بين منتخب بلاده الحالي والفريق الذي خسر نهائي كأس العالم عام 2014، ويتوجه المنتخب الأرجنتيني إلى قطر هذا الشهر ويأمل في الفوز بلقب كأس العالم للمرة الأولى منذ عام 1986. وقال ميسي نجم برشلونة السابق والذي يلعب لباريس سان جيرمان الفرنسي حاليا إن تلك البطولة من المرجح أن تكون آخر كأس العالم يلعب بها. ولم ينجح ميسي في الفوز بأكبر بطولة في كرة القدم رغم أنه قاد منتخب بلاده للفوز بكأس كوبا أمريكا عام 2021، كما أنه كان مشاركا في صدارة هدافي البطولة برصيد 4 أهداف. وفاز ميسي بجائزة أفضل لاعب في نسخة عام 2014 بعدما قاد الأرجنتين إلى المباراة النهائية ليشاهد ماريو غوتيزي وزملائه في المنتخب الألماني وهم يحملون كأس العالم. لكن ميسي قال إن قائمة الأرجنتين الحالية لديها الوحدة التي تجعلها مثل المنتخب الذي وصل إلى المباراة النهائية في عام 2014. وقال ميسي في تصريحات لصحيفة أولي الأرجنتينية: في كأس العالم 2014 قدمنا أداء رائعا، كانت تجربة لا تنسى. وأضاف: لقد استمتعت بتلك البطولة كثيرا، وعرفت أن أهم شيء بالنسبة لي هي وحدة الفريق وقوة المجموعة المتواجدة. وأوضح هذا: في النهاية يقود إلى تحقيق الهدف المهم. اليوم أشعر بالكثير من أوجه الشبه بين الفريق الحالي وفريق 2014، ويتواجد المنتخب الأرجنتيني في المجموعة الثالثة بكأس العالم إلى جانب منتخب السعودية وبولندا والمكسيك.